Patty's Crow's out there getting his. Oh, he's hopping. He's hopping.
I broke some bread for him.
You better get it before the squirrels come. He doesn't like me being in the window.
I know. Get out of the window. He thinks it's a trap.
He does, doesn't he? They're so smart. He's still jumping around out there. They really keep an eye out. He's got it right there. Oh, he's coming back. He's greedy. He's trying to get two.
Is he?
Mm-hmm. He's got one in his mouth. And he's stacking. He's stacking and packing. Yep, he got two of them.
I wonder if he's going to bring him back for us.
Who's this? Who's this over here? You by the heater? Yeah, Faithy's got her own heater right there. You got a heater down there blowing on you? Where's the baby? What are you doing in here? Huh? What? 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 Your mama told me you threw up a piece of tin foil last night.
Did she?
Yeah. What, are you feeding her garbage now?
No.
Faith is like, where's mine, Ma?
I already gave her.
She's licking her chops over there.
I know, it's because she already had peanut.
Oh, little girl. Little girl, little girl. Hi. What are you eating? Huh? You're really getting brindly now. You're going to look just like Sissy.
Mm-hmm. I thought you left.
I was going to.
Then what?
Hey, do you have everything you need?
Yeah, yeah, we're good except for the breakers.
Oh, do you want me to turn them off or?
Oh, just the furnace. Where is it?
It's in here. My wife's.
Yeah, just turn the furnace off if you would.
Oh, sure.
So we're doing a 90% change out here, not far from home. Should go pretty quick. Checking this coil out, getting some rails in here. I see we have a cracked coil pan right there. You see that crack, so I'll just put some caulk on that. We should be good. Another crack on this coil pan. Either somebody dropped it or it's amazing that wasn't leaking. So I'm gonna get some more caulk on that. Or it was just running too hot. Yeah, this furnace was way too big that we took out of here. 100,000 BTUs. I was on the fence between a 60 and 80. I wish I would have went with a 60, but ductwork will handle the 80. Certainly won't handle the furnace we just took out of here, which is why this thing's all cracked. And, so I'm gonna put some caulk on that. We'll get this furnace in here. Okay, we just set our fan speed at the dip switches, SW2 block there. And 2.5 ton air out there. And we got everything put together. We just got to cut the drop off. A little long right now. And this should slide right under there. The coil, 4 inches of that. We don't need anyway. They've got a 17 wide coil in here on a 21 wide plenum to begin with, so blanking that off isn't going to hurt anything. All right, we slid her in. Could have left the drop about a ½ inch longer. This got a little tight here, but it's not bad. Actually, almost perfect. And Corey's doing PVC. Got our damper in the humidifier. All right, we're all wrapped up here. So keep an eye on that. Next time the heat comes on, just make sure it's not dripping.
Okay.
Done deal. We straightened up the gas line, put that 90 back in there.
Good. That looks great. Thank you.
You want this back on?
Of course.
Yeah, please.
You
That'd
need
be
heat.
awesome.
Gas stove and everything's on?
I hope so. It should fire up here. Are we getting a 1-2?
Yep.
Yeah, it's on.
Juicer will start.
You sure you shut that little hole off? Right, we're on a little basement heat job today, and homeowner needs room for this machine, so he wanted all these ducts moved so he can put this over in this space in this workout room here. So that duct's moving over within an inch of the wall. That duct's gonna move over an inch away from that duct, and that one's moving over an inch away from that duct. So we're moving these 3 ducts over. This one's got, I think, 4, maybe a lot more than that. Maybe it's got 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I think it's got 7 ducts coming off it that we're gonna have to disconnect and reconnect. Corey just busted the drives off of that joint, and we're gonna cut a little section out right there and slide this over, which means this duct needs to come down here, and this one needs to get lengthened, and same thing with that one. So we got a lot of work here.
Electrical box that was at the light.
Oh, the light. Yep.
Because that would have been in your way.
Okay.
These 2 electrical wires, you can just pull back.
All right, we got these 2 supply ducts moved already, and just one more to hook up from over there. We got one 7-inch was bumping heads with this pipe, so we're gonna move it to this slot right here. We just dropped this hole 1, 2, 3, 4, 16 feet with an elbow all in one piece, and we're gonna hopefully get this up in that hole. But you know what, it's not looking too good right here. These takeoffs are all to the left side, and they need to be over here so they miss the pecs. That looks like a situation. All those 3 down there look good, but 1, 2, 3 here is probably gonna need to move over, maybe. We can plug this right back up there, and we'll be back after he gets this wall framed up against this furnace and finish up this rest of this basement. So we're doing an 8-inch off of here. It's gonna jump under the stairs and up in there to feed 2 for the family room. We got a return going in that wall right there for that bedroom. Bedroom's already got a heat. We're gonna snake supply all the way from furnace, maybe? Yeah, furnace all the way to the bathroom. Coming off right by this 8-inch here. And then we're taking 2 off of this 10x8 back here. Everything else is maxed out. That one's got way too many coming off it. That one's got way too many coming off it. So most of what we're doing for the basement is coming right from the plenum, except for a couple. One for the workout room and one for the bar off of this 10x8 right here. Right, Corey?
Exactly.
So we're getting ready to install this Aprilaire 1850 dehumidifier in this little closet under the stairs here. We're just going to duct it out. This is where we dump our dehumidified air back into the basement area. It's going to come right through this wall. And then we're going to duct it back through here and go through that wall. Down here is where we're going to suck our humid air from. Right? Alright.
Drain right in the sump.
Right, drain in the sump. Here's our drain. And we're going to put it up on this. Put a safety pan under it with a safety switch in case we get a malfunction and a leak. Alright, we got our circle hole cut on this side. Corey's laying out the square on the other side. We got a stud in the way here, so we're going to have to get the Sawzall out when we come to, as soon as we get the other side. I'm going to go grab the Sawzall. Gotta lay out that hole down there yet. Careful, you went too far. We got our box in the wall. Just one little piece of broken sheetrock in the corner. Yeah.
It's nice and clean.
All cleaned up. No, let's get this side cleaned up. You just put a couple screws in that, or let's make sure our pipe fits before we screw it.
Well, that's, we should,
You think the pipe's gonna fit in there? We need
Yeah,
to
but we
cut
should
that
wait
hole
to screw
bigger.
that so we can cut, slide it out, screw the 3-inch pipe, push it back in, then screw that into the
2x4.
Cut 3 inches. Corey's hooking up our safety switch, float switch in our pan over here. So if that fills up with water, it's going to trip that and shut the unit off. Right into our float switch terminals here. And then we're just setting this up to run off of the internal controls. We have our hole cut over there. You can see our little boo-boo back there where we hit a bunch of wood. There's a bunch of studs stacked together back there in that wall, so we didn't make too much of a mess before we found that. Just a couple pieces of pipe to cut here and we'll be out of here. Well, the drain yet. There she is. She's up and running. That thing is a little loud in the closet. I wonder what it sounds like out here.
Sucking from here,
Oh,
right?
geez, it pulled that back when we were messing with it. So all I gotta do is get my grills. They didn't have the grills today when I went to the supply house, so we'll get them tomorrow and bring them back.
Coil. I think it's time, right?
Love those white pines. You get the frost on them like that. Doing a 90% change out here. I just pumped down the AC. That end of the basement's finished. This is our mechanical room, so we're going to put our venting out somewhere between this cant and the gas meter. Probably over to there, I'm assuming, just from what I saw in the basement. Nice little hockey rink out there. My house is straight that way somewhere, not too far. I wonder if I can see the barn. There she is. No, that's somebody's roof. Inside, we're saving that boot. It's a nice 20 by 25 boot. Got nice rails in there. And we're doing a furnace and air, so 80% to 90%. So we're going to do away with this bottom T on this chimney system here. I was just doing that. And I remembered I need to take a video. So, of course, getting the wiring off. AC's pumped down. And taking it right up to here. So from here down will be new base under the furnace. Furnace, coil, and a short transition up here. Here we go. Oh, venting is going to go right here. We were just looking at that outside. So I said between the gas meter. That pipe's going to be in our way. We'll just have to. So that pipe right there, this pipe, these vent pipes need to pitch 1/4 inch per foot. So to keep it up in the trusses, I'd say we'd want to be coming through this one right here. Is the only way we can stay up in there, but we got to make sure we drill our holes so we're pitching to just miss that pipe as we come through here. So that triangle would be the one. So that's what I'm going to shoot for. Shoot for coming right through here with the venting. At least stay up there.
You want to be in the trusses or something?
Well, I mean, I'd like to do it down below, but what if somebody wants to finish this space someday? Stay up as far as we can. This is why you don't have people clean your ducts. Because everything that's in the supply duct, which is never going to have dirt in it, they push back on top of the coil. And you can see carpet fibers in here. If that gets into this pan, it's going to plug up your drain line on your air conditioner, shoving all this foam. Everything that went down the vents during construction, the duct cleaning guys are pushing back to here. And there's no reason. Who cares? Stick a vacuum down your supply registers and get this stuff before the duct cleaning guy comes in and pushes it back here. If you got dirt in this thing, who cares? The air filter is going to catch it if it ever gets loose, so there's no point in cleaning your ductwork. Corey took the bottom out of that furnace. He slid it up on that box. He's going to screw that box on. We're going to tip it on its side. Trace a hole where our new existing boot's going to go on. And chop that in there, mount it, slide it back under here with the coil on top of the furnace. It's that simple.
We'll be done by 1.
I just set my dip switches SW2, 6 and 8. I turn on. That's going to give me 1245 CFM in the high cooling for my AC. We got the drop all hooked up here. And it looks like we just got to set our coil on there and we're in good shape. I just measured 34 inches to the right of my line set on the inside. Gets me to the edge of that ductwork in there, which is right here. So we want our holes for our venting to be somewhere between the edge of that ductwork and the gas meter. And we want to drill them so we're going to miss that 6-inch pipe that's going through the trusses and still have our 1/4 inch pitch downhill back to the furnace. So I'm going to go in and put a pilot bit out right at that height that I think I need to be at and drill my holes. we don't have any windows within 4 feet of where the vent's going to come out, so we can do a one pipe system and suck our combustion air from the furnace room. I probably wouldn't do that if we had if that was the laundry room. I probably wouldn't do that because then we'd have flame sensor issues. But the laundry room's upstairs, so I got no problem with doing a one pipe at this house. So we're doing a one pipe system right through here. I was checking the height of this. We got to miss these pipes here. Those are 8.5, but we also have to miss this duct, so that means we got to be over far enough to where this is actually the height I got to be at right here. And 2 feet from the wall, I want to drill my hole about right there. I got a line on the wall where that duct is, right there. So we got to be between that duct and this guy. And this is actually more of an issue right here. We're 2 feet from the wall, so we're going to drill our hole about 8 inches. I think that's what this mark is right here. All right, 8 3/4 to the top of our 2-inch pipe. And then by the time we get to here, it's going to drop a 1/2 inch. So we'll be 9 1/4 inches to the top of this pipe when we get to this truss right here. So you got to look at everything. You got to miss and drill your hole accordingly, so you end up with your 1/4 inch per foot drop back to the furnace to get rid of the water in your pipe. So I'm going to drill that hole. You can stop it. Alright, so we got to make sure we clean these fresh air hoods always. You got 2 hoods on your house usually if it's a newer house. This one and the air exchanger are going to be plugged up like this, so you just want to get a wire brush on them. Get that off there. This is our combustion air for the furnace when we're doing a one pipe system. Make sure that's clean. Like that. Got my PVC back to here, just waiting on the kid. He's kind of holding up the works here. He's going to drop his level any second.
Want me to go slower?
Pretty quiet in here. Alright, we got our water heater back into its T. We're going to turn that back on so they got hot water. Yeah. Always listen for that. Yeah, if it doesn't fire up when you turn it back on, turn it up a little just to make sure you didn't lose it during your gas situation. And then turn it back down. But here's our PVC all the way back out, and got the insulation back on there. Stayed up in all the way. Now we're just gonna do an elbow. Actually, a little straight piece over, and then we'll turn our elbow at a 45 right up in here and drop down into a 45 straight down into there. Okay. Nothing in there?
No.
Blow it harder. Nothing. So it's all stuck up in here. The duct cleaning guy, look at this. Yeah, that's what happens when you let them duct cleaning guys in here.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
They don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, and it's going to flood on your brand new furnace. Alright, we're just checking the furnace out. I think we can run this at 3.3 for sure. 40 to 70. Print this. Stopped.
Yeah, 65. So
65 degree rise.
Yeah, so 62 and then 127.
You didn't wait very long.
Should we do it again?
No,
Why?
it's fine. See how it goes. The only other option is to turn the fan speed up, and then it'll sound louder than it needs to. So hopefully it did really stop. The filter is kind of half dirty, so maybe that's part of it.
And it's bleeding.
Yeah, that's what I
Why don't we
mean.
bring a new filter?
Yeah, should have brought one.
What's your sticker? Oh, dude, that's
It's a wrap. Gotta get back here when it warms up and hook up this AC.
Bathroom for carry that first.
There she is.